Welcome back, performance enthusiasts and smart spenders, to Chrono Wheels. The middleweight supersport battlefield is a bloodbath. On one side, you have the screaming, 120 horsepower four-cylinder weapons that feel like they're in a constant knife fight with the road. On the other side, you have the accessible, friendly, parallel twin entry points that are so predictable, they've become boring. But what if you didn't have to choose? What if you could have the soulful, torque-rich character that makes every street ride feel like an event, but wrapped in the technological armor of a MotoGP prototype? What if the bridge between beginner-friendly and track-sharp wasn't a compromise but a fusion? Yamaha has been listening. They know the R7 CP2 engine is a masterpiece of accessible performance. But they also know the world has moved on. Electronics are no longer a luxury. They are the difference between a good lap time and a great one, between a scary moment and a saved one. For 2026, Yamaha isn't just giving the R7 a new paint job, they are executing a full-scale technological invasion. This is the Yamaha R7 Tech Overhaul. This is about taking the raw analog thrill of the twin and elevating it to supersport elite status with a suite of lean-sensitive rider aids, advanced connectivity, a chassis honed by data, and aero tweaks stolen from the R1’s playbook. This isn't an update. This is an evolution into a smarter, safer predator. Let's be crystal clear, Yamaha is not messing with perfection. At the core of the 2026 R7 remains that legendary 689cc cross-plane crankshaft CP2 parallel twin. This engine isn't about peak horsepower wars, it's about character, torque, and a power delivery that makes you a hero on the street and a tactician on the track. Our estimates, considering Euro 6+ compliance and a focus on mid-range. Horsepower, 78 horsepower at 750 RPM. This isn't a drop, it's a strategic choice. The power is usable, accessible, and focused on the real-world rev range. Torque, a crushing 50 pound-feet at 500 RPM. This is the CP2's party trick. This mountain of torque arrives early in flatlines, giving you explosive pull out of any corner, in any gear, without having to dance on the gearbox. The unique mechanical advantage remains its cross-plane crankshaft philosophy. Unlike standard parallel twins with synchronized pistons, the CP2's crank pins are offset at 270 degrees. This creates an uneven firing order, a bang, pause, bang, long pause, that mimics the pulse and feel of a 90-degree V-twin. The result? Unmatched cornering grip. The uneven power pulses reduce inertia-driven rear wheel hop under hard acceleration, allowing you to get on the throttle earlier and harder while leaned over. It's a mechanical traction control system built into the crankshaft. Intuitive connection. The engine's character communicates directly with the rider. You feel every combustion pulse, giving you a visceral, analog connection to the rear tire's grip level that sanitized four-cylinders often filter out. Forgiving nature, the broad torque curve means you're rarely in the wrong gear. It rewards smoothness and corner speed over frantic redline chasing. This engine is the charismatic teacher, and for 2026, it's getting the most advanced electronic teaching aids ever fitted to a middleweight. The R7's Delta Box aluminum frame is already a benchmark for agility. For 2026, it's not reinvented, it's surgically refined. Using data from R1 World SBK and customer feedback, Yamaha engineers have made precise adjustments to the chassis geometry and stiffness balance. The key update is a revised steering head area and engine mounting points. The goal? Sharper initial turn-in and even more neutral handling at maximum lean. They've achieved this by increasing the rigidity balance between the front and rear of the frame. This means the front and rear of the bike work in even greater harmony, translating rider input into directional change with telepathic immediacy, while maintaining sublime stability under hard braking. The estimated wet weight sees a slight reduction to 188 kilograms, 414 pounds, achieved through lighter subframe components, a new lithium-ion battery, and lighter wheel assemblies. More importantly, the mass centralization is improved. By repositioning ancillary components, Yamaha has made the bike feel even more like an extension of the rider's body, rotating effortlessly around its central axis. This isn't a new chassis. It's the same brilliant skeleton, now with its reflexes sharpened by a neurosurgeon. Here's where the tech overhaul starts to physically manifest. The 2026 R7 receives a significant suspension upgrade. Gone are the basic non-adjustable forks. In their place, a set of fully adjustable 41mm KYB inverted forks. Compression, rebound, and preload are now at your fingertips, allowing for perfect setup whether you're on a bumpy B-road or a smooth racetrack. The rear KYB shock also becomes fully adjustable and is now linked to a revised rising rate linkage for more progressive and responsive damping control. The braking system, already excellent, gets a master cylinder upgrade for improved feel and new, more heat-resistant pad compounds. The hardware remains top-tier. Dual 298mm front discs, gripped by radial mount, monoblock 4-piston calipers from Advix, Yamaha's performance supplier. But the magic is entirely in the new unseen brain controlling it. Because for the first time on an R7, this braking system is governed by a Bosch 6-axis IMU and a cornering brake control CBC system. This is the game changer. The silhouette remains unmistakably R7, aggressive, compact and focused, but for 2026, it's been injected with Moto DNA from the R1. The most obvious change is the addition of small, winglet-style aerodynamics integrated into the fairing near the nose. These aren't for downforce like on a leader bike, they're for stability. At high speed and under hard braking, they reduce front-end lift and overall wobble, making the bike feel planted and calm. The fairing itself is subtly reshaped for improved wind protection and better ducting for engine cooling. The cockpit is now dominated by a stunning new 5-inch full-color TFT display, a massive leap from the old LCD. This is your gateway to the new tech suite. The riding position is sharpened, with clip-on handlebars that are marginally lower and foot pegs that are slightly higher and further back for an even more committed, track-focused posture when you want it. The seat shape is revised for better lock-in under hard acceleration and braking. It looks faster, it feels racier, and its new brain makes it safer than ever. This is the crown jewel. The 2026 R7 receives the Yamaha Chip-Controlled Rider Aids YRC suite for the first time, built around a 6-axis inertial measurement unit, IMU. This transforms the bike. You now have lean-sensitive traction control, TC, multiple levels of intervention that understand your lean angle. It allows more slip upright for wheelies, but tightly manages grip at full lean. Lean-sensitive ABS and cornering brake control, CBC. The IMU allows the ABS to modulate brake pressure based on lean angle, preventing stand-ups and crashes from braking too hard mid-corner. CBC balances front and rear brake force when braking while leaned over. Engine brake management, EBM, adjustable levels of engine braking, letting you choose how aggressive the bike slows down when you close the throttle. Launch control and Quickshifter, up-down, standard equipment. Perfect starts and clutchless shifting are now part of the R7 package. Advanced connectivity, the TFT pairs with your phone via Yamaha's app. Full navigation turn-by-turn is displayed on the dash. You can track ride data, adjust certain bike settings, and receive notifications. 4 riding modes, race, sport, street, rain, now comprehensively alter throttle response, power delivery, TC, ABS, and EBM. The R7 has evolved from an analog scalpel to a digital laser. So what's the price of admission to this new era of smart, accessible performance? Our analysis of the tech injection points to a necessary but strategic price increase. The 2026 Yamaha R7 Tech Overhaul carries an estimated MSRP of $10,299. Hold on, before you react, understand what that buys. For roughly $1,300 more than the outgoing model, you are not buying the same bike. You are buying a technological quantum leap. You are buying a bike that now stands shoulder to shoulder with the Aprilia 660 rupees on electronics, while retaining the visceral, raw, and engaging soul that only the CP2 engine can provide. You are buying a machine that is exponentially safer, more capable, and more connected, without losing an ounce of its addictive character. The value proposition is profound. It now outspecs competitors like the Kawasaki Ninja 650 by a light year. It outsoles more clinical 4 cylinders. It is the perfect synthesis of feel and function. This bike is for the rider who loves the R7's character but craved modern safety nets. It's for the track day enthusiast who wants to focus on lines, not managing raw power. It's for Yamaha's statement that the middleweight class deserves no compromises. Now the debate is yours. Sound off in the comments. At over $10,000, has the R7 lost its identity as the accessible supersport, or has it rightly evolved into a premium tech-packed machine that justifies every penny? Which is the king for real-world riding fun? The raw, analog thrill of the old R7 or the safer, faster, lean-angle-aided confidence of this new tech overhaul model? With these updates, does the R7 now definitively beat the Aprilia 660 rupees as the twin-cylinder tech leader? Or does Aprilia's extra power and Italian flair keep it on top? Smash that like button if you believe true performance marries raw feel with smart tech. Subscribe to Chrono Wheels for the most in-depth, no-hype breakdowns. The debate starts with you. Let's go.